Mason Lohrei having himself a tough season, but his deficiencies and him getting benched for 3 straight games has certainly brought out the best in Charlie McAvoy, because now he goes in with Nikita Zadorov on the first line, the first D pairing for the Bruins, and it has been night and day. And the 3 games that they've played together, the last 3 games, you've said that's how the Bruins are supposed to win games. It's almost infuriating that we're 95 games into Nikita Zadorov here, and we're finally putting him together with Charlie McAvoy, and it friggin' works, man. It has worked.
It has, and that's a pretty physical line right there. McAvoy. Yeah. I think McAvoy too. I think you said this before. Sometimes he just feels like he needs to make a hit, and it can open up a lot of things. It could lead to a bad odd man rush or something like that. I think being with Zadorov kind of takes a little bit of pressure off him because he knows he's also very physical, and we saw that in the Canes game. I thought Zadorov, he's checking guys on the boards. He's he's doing exactly what you're paying him to do.
6 hits in that game, man.
6 hits in that game, and that's the Canes aren't like those are the one teams you can kind of bully around a little bit. They have a lot of European stars, the Russians, the Finns.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those are guys you can bully around a little bit. We've seen in the playoffs before. I think McAvoy killed Aho a few times, and he sent Jordan Stahl to the hospital, concussion. So those are the games you want. Those are the teams you want to bully because it takes them off their game. And they scored a goal with 2 minutes left. Was hoping Swayman can get that shutout, but I love everything I've seen from him so far. That's your best defensive pairing right there, and keep it going. Why would you break that up? Yeah. And it allows Lindholm to go on your second line, second pairing too. Who's they are 5-1 with Lindholm, Hampus, Lindholm. Yeah. Can't have both the Lindholm brothers in the lineup like you said. But,
it's legal.
Just too much.
They've literally probably played like less than 10 games together, right? I mean, I guess less than 20, right? Hampus missed 65 games last year. Elias played all 82. And they probably played like 2 games together this year. So I think it's less than 20. But I love the point you made, though, about like the responsibility that McAvoy needs to take on with whomever his partner is. Like, unless you're putting him with Hampus Lindholm, it's not going to be perfect. And we know that that's just not a great idea to put him with Hampus Lindholm, because I think you're so much more valuable when Lindholm's running that second pair. But with Lohrei, you were thinking, okay, if he's playing with McAvoy, right, like going into the season, he's playing with McAvoy, that can allow Lohrei to do some of the things he's good at, carrying the puck out of the zone, pinching in. He uses his frame, not exactly the way Nikita Zadorov does, but in some effective ways. But then you just put a full plate in front of Charlie McAvoy, and he's not going to be a physical player. He's not going to drive the offense as much when he is going to have to make up for all that Mason Lohrei does wrong. And that's a lot. And Nikita Zadorov is not a perfect defenseman, but he's going to bring a huge amount of physicality, and that has brought out some more physicality from Charlie McAvoy. And he can skate the puck out of the zone. He's got those great long strides that you talked about. He's actually a pretty good skater. So, like, he can make up for his mistakes as well, as Lohrei should be able to, but doesn't quite have the instincts that Nikita Zadorov does. So, like, it has been all good with them. And is Zadorov the kind of offensive player that Mason Lohrei is? No. But that 2-on-1 assist that he had against Carolina to Geekie, where he went through like 3 guys in the neutral zone and had just an absolutely perfect backhand sauce pass to Geekie, that's as good an offensive play as Mason Lohrei's made this whole season. So, like, you're really starting to see that pairing gel. And real quick, Dan, I got the stat for you from Connor Ryan, the great Connor Ryan. Over 55-56 of 5-on-5 ice time, so nearly an entire full game, not just what they would play. So over 55 minutes of 5-on-5 ice time together, the Bruins have only given up one 5-on-5 goal when the Zadorov-McAvoy pairing has been out on the ice. And obviously, as we know, they're going to be up against every team's top line. That one goal came against the McKinnon, Natchez, Lehkonen line for Colorado. Like that is awesome. Like that is, you play them out there for a full game and you're not getting scored on. That is as good a top pairing as we've seen with the Bruins in a couple of years here, albeit in a small sample size.
And they're doing it against good teams. You're talking about the Avs, the Canes. These are teams, you'd be playing deep in the playoffs, and I'm not sure the Bruins will be deep in the playoffs, but hypothetically, if they were, then that'd be a great sign early in the season that they're shutting down these top offensive teams in the league.
Man, I love it. And I said it about Husnudinov in the beginning of this episode, but I said it about Nikita Zadorov before the season. I just want him to be good so bad because I think like Bruins fans will love him, and we're starting to see it. Like there's an underbelly of Bruins fans that are big zaddy heads, right? We're going to start to see some more of that fucking staple guns guys. And he had a really rough start to the season last year. I would say the first 3 months of the season last year, you were like, wow, what a waste of money. He was leading the league in penalties, stick minors, just like sucked to watch. But this year, he's got all the good parts of his game are just taken to another level, right? The physicality, the speed, jumping into the play. Again, jumping into the freaking play. Nikita Zadorov distributing the puck. Like that's something he was never able to do. And to go off of the Lohrei thing, because that's how Nikita Zadorov gets in the top pairing, what you've seen down in the third pairing before Lohrei gets back, this dude Aspero, again, it sounds like I'm living in a perfect world here, but he's like everything you want in a third pairing defenseman. The Bruins have long tried let's try this kind of offensive guy. Let's try this smaller guy. I mean, both of them fit into Connor Clifton as guys you can put on your third pair D. And instead, this time they said, you know what? Let's get a defensive defenseman, one that's better than Michael Callahan and is actually going to throw the frame around. And that's what Jonathan Aspero's done, man. The dude has been throwing the frame around. I think that's just a nice little bright spot for this team.
Yeah, and guys like Adam McQuaid can win you Stanley Cups, as we know.
Yeah. And Matt Grzelcyk did enough physically. I don't think anyone would say he was a huge physical presence, but that was a good third pairing defenseman.
Exactly. And, it's good that, it's basically like open tryouts right now for that sixth defenseman spot right now. They've tried, and, Harris played pretty good. Callahan wasn't great. And now you have Aspero, and he's done well. He's been a part of that 3-game win streak. And one thing I would point out is, I won't say they're on a 3-game win streak because Lohrei is out. That's not exactly right. They have Lindholm back.
They just happen to match up. To match up, Dan.
They match up. They play better defensively. And also Lindholm being back obviously helps this team. They're 5-1 with him. So it'll be interesting to see, if Aspero's playing tonight, or we'll see how that goes. If Lohrei is getting out of the 9th floor crew. But yeah, it's nice to have a reliable defenseman where he won't be giving the puck up or losing a battle down and deep in the trenches, and clearing in the front of the net. Make sure our goalies are seeing the puck.